Thanks so much for joining us, everybody. One final time this regular season. As always, joined by Brock Hewitt, I'm Kate Scott as we get ready to put a bow on what has been an outstanding 18 weeks of football.
And for 14 lucky teams across the NFL, Kate, this isn't the end for them. This is their last chance at a tune-up before they play on into the postseason chasing that Super Bowl ring. But for the other 18, this is it. Their final chapter. Their final chapter in a story to take the field until September rolls around again. And for some...
the final chapter of the season. For others, a final week before the playoffs. And we're off in Week 18. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. So out come the Colts for their first offensive possession. Bringing them out to 4th overall pick in 2023 out of Florida, a super athlete at quarterback, Anthony Richardson.
As a QB in this league, if you're going to finish a game with no touchdowns on that side of the stat sheet, well, you better finish it with no interceptions as well. Even if last week was an uneventful contest for him throwing the football, he did what he needed to do to help them come away with the most important stat, the win. You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
That one finds Josh Downs. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first. They're set up at the 35 now. Richardson now on 1st and 10. Has him on the quick hitter. And they're going to touch him down after a short pickup. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Man in motion here. From the 37. Short pass brought in. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. So now a timeout for a player who was shaken up on that previous snap, and I think we can all agree not what any of us were hoping to see as we close out this regular season. 1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. Off the play fake, here's Richardson. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And it's good for an Indianapolis first down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
So it'll be another 1st and 10 for him, Brock, down at the opposing 37. It is cut left side. And they'll bundle this up after a 4-yard gain. Making the stop that time, Kool-Aid McKinstry. 2nd and 6 coming up here. They'll throw again, Richardson. Finds his man, Downs. And he's out of bounds right at that 25-yard line. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. One of the tight ends motioning right. First down throw here from Richardson. Finds him over the middle. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down. From the red zone now. The throw is caught. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. That's a gain of 13, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. Taylor scores, touchdown Indy. The Colts finish up an excellent opening series. It's a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone, getting your offense established in its top gear right here early on.
Now is York to kick this one away. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And he showed some burst on that return, getting them all the way to their own 40. So now we'll get a look at the other offense as the Saints take the field. And they'll be led out by their fourth-year quarterback.
He gave us all the excitement we could hope for last week, but it wasn't all in a good way, at least for his team. Never knew if his throws were going to end in a touchdown or turnovers, and he had a couple of both by the end of the loss. You don't want him to lose that gunslinger mentality. You just want him to be a little more thoughtful with each and every decision.
The Saints enjoying some good field position to start this drive off. 1st and 10 coming up. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. The tackle made by Mozzie Smith. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. He'll look to throw. Completed over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Option design here. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Tackle made by Trayvon Diggs. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
2nd and 6 at the 35-yard line.
Pass play coming here. He's got a man left. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. Big gain, 14 on the play. And the Saints are going to have a 1st down. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he gets it down to the 13-yard line. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2. Another carry for him. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it will largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
This one's caught. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. 9-yard pickup, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
You know, they call the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down, and nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Goal to go, it's a pass play. Touchdown, New Orleans! Well, whether he stays the go-to guy the entire game, we will all judge together, but no doubt about it on that opening drive, Brock. He was the star. Bunch of catches and a touchdown to begin this one.
Yeah, I think this is twofold. Number one, you love to get this guy started early. He's a playmaker. playmaker, he's a difference maker. Number two, this defense, well, they better be on high alert because this offense feels like they have a matchup they can attack, and that time attack a third time for 6.
On is the Saints kickoff team to tee it up and send it away. Fielded at the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Colts with their offense out, their second drive coming up. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Shotgun, handoff to Taylor. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. They go again with Taylor. And the power play up the gun only results in 2 yards.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. On the shotgun, it's Richardson. Gets this to Woods. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, and you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
He finds him beyond the marker. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. How about 19 yards on 4th down, and the call to go for it pays off considerably.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. Throw left side, complete. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. This throw is caught. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Now they send their back in motion right. Into traffic, complete. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. We have a timeout now. Medical staff out to check on an injured man. And you hate to see this in the final week of the regular season. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. And he takes it in for the Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts break the tie here in the 1st. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even in early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
York now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Colts take the lead here, 14-7 in the 1st. On now is York to kick this one away. To return this, Rashid Shaheed. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They kick the running back in motion. Now they'll throw out of the gun. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. They're throwing it. not get another play in here. That's going to do it for quarter number 1. It's a 14-7 game. Back to the Superdome of Caesar in just a bit. We're back for the second quarter. Saints in possession of the football. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. Looking right, and he finds him. And he crosses midfield before going out. 1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
That's why you often see some high-percentage pass plays on 1st and 10. You got to keep the defense honest. They're always looking for a run in that situation and a chance to stack them up for 2nd and long.
They'll motion him out of the backfield. And the Colts get to him. He goes down. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB can run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there was none to be had. No escape route available this time.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. Back now, pressure on its way. Complete out to the right. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a 31-yard play. And that's good for a New Orleans 1st down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position by hitting on that shot. You've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. Managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 24. And that's nearly intercepted, but couldn't hang on. Just a harmless incompletion. It's 3rd down. He's dropping back to throw. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. It's a gain of 12 there. And the Saints are going to have a 1st down. Hand off to the back. And he's able to bring this one down to the 4-yard line. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Has it in close. It's a New Orleans touchdown. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the field. You start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. They will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. He sure did.
Setting up to try the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Saints tie things up at 14. On is the Saints kickoff team to tee it up and send it away. Return coming from the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Colts and Anthony Richardson headed back onto the field. And with each team coming off a touchdown and scoring well early on, we've got the makings of a barn burner here, Brock, if they can keep this up.
Yeah, and as a quarterback, as an offense, it doesn't mean you over-try, but you just know, hey, man, our defense having a hard time slowing them down, and we've got to step on that accelerator.
And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Taylor now up the middle. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he's stopped. They get 6 and a first down as well.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a third down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next third down coming.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he's brought down after a modest gain up to the 46. Halfway to the marker, it's second and 5. From the 46. Bails out of the pocket. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! Oh, they got it back. They can try and salvage something. Nowhere really for him to go. He steps out, and they're going to lose some yardage. Well, you don't like to see the fumble, but hey, at least they were able to be the ones to recover it, and they keep possession.
Yeah, and I think the key there was to stay calm through the chaos. Cooler heads prevailed. They got him the ball back.
They'll make a bid for it on the ground. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 22 on that one. And it'll be first down, Colts.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Richardson. He finds Woods. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Finds Woods. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
Has it down close. Touchdown, Indianapolis. We've seen him do a lot more to reach the end zone on a catch, Brock. That one was kind of fed right to him.
Yeah, they say the running backs have a nose for the end zone. You know who else does? Every skill guy out there,
Yeah.
because they want to put a touchdown on the board.
York now for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Colts break that tie and now lead by 7. On now is York to kick this one away. Return starts at the 3. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Saints back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And as it stands, he could close out this season as the league's leader in receiving yards out of the backfield. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. It's a design boot. Finds him on the crossing route. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 22 on that one. And that's good for a New Orleans first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
This is complete to Olave. Pickup of 12 on that play. And the Saints are going to have a first down. New set of downs for him at the 38.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's still going at the 30. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's good for a New Orleans first down. Throwing it again here. Pass caught, 9-yard line. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. Might be trying to power this across, Brock. They've got 3 tight ends out there. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. It's a gain of 2 on the play. Still some work to do on 2nd and goal. So we're at the 2-minute warning here from the Superdome. The Saints driving. Another snap from the 8 here. It's 2nd and goal. They'll try and throw it here. And he rips this one out and over the back of the end zone. Incomplete.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back into rhythm.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Now we get a timeout from the Colts. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Now we'll have a field goal try coming up for the Saints. This will be around a 33-yarder for him. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
When you look at that 3rd down play, looking back, and it really turns into a 3-point play. It's why situational work is so critical. Coaches talk about it all the time. Sure, you love the field goal, but man, they would have loved a touchdown more.
He stopped on the return at the 27. The Colts are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And at the pace he's begun the game throwing the football, Brock, he is in line for a special type of performance if they need to keep throwing it until the end. On 1st down, it's Richardson. And for the first time, one of his throws doesn't find a home. It's incomplete, but boy, what a streak he had to begin this game. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. They motion the tight end over. Richardson now on 2nd and 10. Has him on the quick hitter. He's got to gain a 6 there. Marshawn Lattimore up in the secondary for the stop. 3rd and 4 coming up now. Sending the tight end in motion left. 3rd and short yardage here, Richardson. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
So the big play moves him well past midfield, has him set up now at the 35. Off the play fake, here's Richardson. A lot of guys there, and it's intercepted. And the Saints take over as he records his 10th career INT. I don't know what to be impressed by most, Brock. How effortless he made it look to throw it that deep, or how effortless the cover man made it look to get that far down there and haul in the interception.
How about we just marvel at both of them? You call a deep pass like that again on the next play, it could go to the end zone. But this time, it is a takeaway.
The Saints are going to take over now near the end of the half. And we're a shade away from 50 seconds to go in the half. That's enough time to put something together. Running back sent in motion. Finds him over the middle. And he's tackled for a short gain. So now a timeout for a player who's shaken up on that previous snap, and I think we can all agree not what any of us were hoping to see as we close out this regular season. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 17. Into a crowd, and intercepted. And the Colts take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. Well, Brock, if you like defense, you are loving what you're seeing right now. Consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. It's become a real defensive battle.
Well, let's see here, Kate. We got 1, we got 2. Do I hear a 3rd interception in a row? I'll tell you this right now. These defenders, they are squashing that thought. The defenders are offensive guys with bad hands because they're making it happen, taking the ball away.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. First down throw here from Richardson. Short pass brought in. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Throwing the out route complete. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now. He's on the move. He's running with it. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. And there's the timeout from the offense. Just 4 seconds left to go. And that play, that should help him get some points here going into the half.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense. In that close, in the red zone, you know they're upset. They couldn't finish the drive with a touchdown. It's only half the points, but at least there's something to show for the possession.
He'll bring it out from a couple yards deep. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. So we're halfway through this final week of the regular season. Now we'll head over to Orlando, Florida. Check in with Jonathan Coachman for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on.
And with a push of a button, we say so long to the halftime report and jump right back to the start of the 3rd quarter. The first half controlled by the offenses, Brock. Let's see if the defenses can take over in the second half. We're underway. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. And you can see he's in chase mode, trying his best to catch the league leader in receiving. Right now, sitting in 2nd place. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Throw reeled in by Mayer. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. C.J. Gardner-Johnson there on the tackle. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Handoff now out of the gun. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Zaire Franklin there to make the tackle. So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Looking to the air here. Complete beyond the marker. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. 12 yards on that play and a good call, and that's him the 1st.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And now they face 2nd down. Setting up a throw. Caught by Flowers. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. Here's a give up the middle. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
When you call that first down running play, you don't always expect to get those kind of yards. They'll take that every single time.
They give it to him again. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
They kick the running back in motion. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, speaking from experience here, what happens now with the 3rd sack allowed, especially on an early down like that, is that head coach and coordinator going to have a conversation? Okay, we got to fix this. Do we slide? Do we chip? Do we keep more people in? Because the one thing you can't do is keep getting your quarterback hit.
Connects on the crosser. And he's able to get this down to the 13. Big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
Those routes across the field become oh so dangerous the longer that play progresses. It gives him more time to get free, wiggle away from that man-to-man coverage. With enough time, it's almost inevitable. They'll find enough space for a completion.
All set up now for 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. This throw is caught. And that play is brought to a halt, so they're going to say at the 5-yard line. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Throwing from the gun. Completed to his running back. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line. They get 2 on the play, and now they've got 1st and goal. Still sticking with the passing game. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And they're headed in reverse after that sack.
You know, we do enough of these games, Kate, and I am a big fan of creativity. And the QBs today are some of the best to ever do it. But that's a situation where you got to know on 1st down, it's not time to be creative, especially if you feel the heat coming defensively. Just find a way to throw that sucker in the 1st row.
And he's going to advance them down to the 4-yard line. Give him 6 yards. That's going to set up 3rd and goal. Now looking to throw. Gets it towards the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, you got to have a short memory in the NFL. Incompletions happen. Now you got to make the adjustment and go get the next one.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. 2nd time they brought him out for a field goal, and 2nd time he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field, but that's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
And this drive will start inside the 25. The Colts headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And this is some quality film review right here. Look at this. Couple of touchdowns. Good amount of yards, too. He's been moving them down the field like only he can. Putting together quite the game for himself in the process. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. Complete out to the right side. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
Taylor gets it on 1st and 10. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few. He got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Brought down by Paulson Adebo. Give him only a couple that time. It's going to be 3rd down. Putting the tight end in motion. Richardson on 3rd. escapes the pocket. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he'll get it up to the 44. The Colts ready for the punt. And this somehow is only going to be our first punt of the game. He punted 4 times last week in the win, and his first of this week is away. And he got a little too much leg into that one. That's a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity, no doubt. This ball's coming out to the 20. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next. From the 28. Finding Flowers. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down. Running back sent in motion. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
You know, one thing I noticed, Kate, coaching youth football, everybody wants their kid to play quarterback. That is, until they get knocked to the mat. And that's now 5 sacks in this game, let alone the number of times the quarterback's been flushed as well. Not everybody is built to play quarterback.
Looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. C.J. Gardner-Johnson there on the tackle. This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing from the gun here. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by C.J. Gardner-Johnson. And the Colts take over on his 5th interception of the season.
Well, that's now his 2nd time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the 2nd on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
Now the Indianapolis offense heading out. They've certainly had no issues scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they could really use some more points on this drive. 1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. From the gun, Taylor. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. From the 36. Hits him on the out route. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
Just 1 yard there. Now a tough call to make on 4th and short inside of field goal range.
You know, I'm not sure what else could have been done there, Kate. Just the right call defensively to come up with a 3rd and short stop.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. He's back to throw. He's got a man left. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
I love those moments of truth. We get to see exactly how they handle it with all the pressure that drives right on them. Turns out, handled it pretty darn well. And now they'll keep pushing on.
They just get the play off. That one falls incomplete and brings us to the end of this 3rd quarter. Only 1 quarter remaining now in these teams' regular season. The Colts have it with a lead. Not a big one, though, trying to carry it through the 4th. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. Hauled in by Downs. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. They send one of the tight ends in motion right. They'll throw on 3rd and long. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. Straight ahead with Taylor. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Shotgun snap now to Richardson. He brings it in. And that play is brought to a halt, so they're going to say at the 5-yard line. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Richardson back to throw. Flushed out. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. On comes Cade York. A lot riding on this kick. This only a chip shot from the right hash. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And they're going to grow their lead late, but still a 1-score ball game.
Kate, it's 3 more on the scoreboard, but both sides really know it's all about one possession here in the 4th quarter when it really matters.
Shaheed now to return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Here comes the Saints offense. And the open lanes, the beautiful windows that he no doubt dreamt about before this game, Brock, well, they just haven't been there. It's almost like the defense challenged itself between the pass rush and the secondary. Who could make more big plays here?
Yeah, you're talking about the difference between the practice field and then the reality of this game. Sacks, interceptions. And while we won't be the final judge on which area this defense has been the biggest winner, we do know who the loser's been, the quarterback, who's had to deal with an excellent defensive showing.
2nd and 6 coming up here. They kick the running back in motion. From the 29. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
6 yards to go.
They put Flowers in motion right. They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. Coverman is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete. He was looking for Zay Flowers. 4th down coming up. Here comes the Saints punting unit. And we'll see how his debut offering goes. Coming off 4 punts in that loss, and he boots his first of this game away. Fields this at the 19. And he found some space to do a little damage there before they bottle him up. The visitors ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Quick throw, right side, complete to start this drive.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
They'll motion a tight end left. From the 35 on 2nd down. Finds Woods. And he'll get it up to the 44. That's a pickup of 9. And it's good for an Indianapolis 1st down. Now a run with Taylor. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Give him 5 on that carry. Bring it up 2nd and 5. Taylor again. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Here he is to throw on 3rd and 2. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
First down throw here from Richardson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And a big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
My goodness, was that some kind of speed off the edge. There's only a handful of tackles in this league that have the lateral movement to stay in front of an end like that. It may be time for this quarterback to start mixing up his cadence, his count, certainly making sure this defensive end can't get off the way that he has.
Trying again, following the set. Completed over the middle. And they're going to touch him down after a short pickup.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
He'll throw it. On the move, headed right. He's running for it. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal...
Punting unit out now. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first. Absolutely crushed his first punt, and here's another huge one. And not his best punt here. He drops it several yards into the end zone. That's going to lead to a touchback. This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. And he finds himself across an important benchmark for yards this season after that last drive. He stayed pretty busy this season, and the numbers show just that. Running back sent in motion. To throw it on first down. Got a man, it's Mayer. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
To throw here on first down. Finds the in route complete. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Go ahead. Find me an offense that won't take that type of efficiency on every snap. Listen, it was good execution, a quality gain, and it moved the sticks.
To the air now on 1st and 10. Hits his running back. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5.
At the 49-yard line.
Now he'll throw off the play fake. Connects on the crosser. They touch him down as he finds enough to pick up the first.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Back to throw now. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Short pass brought in. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. The Saints calling for a timeout. They're first. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. They'll motion him out of the backfield left. Looking to throw it. He has the first over the middle. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. 5-yard gain on the play. And the Saints are going to have a first down. Now the Saints hustling people forward. They need to get set. Back to throw. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it second down. He'll look to throw it. Into the hands of Olave. And that will not be enough for a first down. We have a timeout here. Second one taken by New Orleans. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on third down. They kick the running back in motion. Throwing now. Complete beyond the marker. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. They'll move the chains after that.
Is a mismatch maker. That's how I label him on my little sheet right here. Right under his bio, this guy just creates matchup nightmares for every defender on the field.
They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Here he is to throw. Jump off caught by his back. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was first down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
The Saints call their third and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. Setting up to pass. They'll just huck this one into row C, and some lucky fan is going to haul in a heck of a souvenir. So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Running back sent in motion. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. There he goes, right sideline. And this one may be out of reach now because the defense comes through with 6. But we all saw his teammates yelling at him, go down for the touchback. Yeah, no chance of that. He saw a lane to take it from one end zone to the other, and he did just that.
You know, and in that sense, he's no different than a kick returner bringing it out of the end zone. That's why some think DBs make the best return men. They just got that unique way of seeing the field, whether it's on a kickoff or going 100+ for a pick 6. Wow.
York now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Colts double their lead to 14. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. Returning it from the 4. This return makes it up to the 25. The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. And offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They kick the running back in motion. Back to the air following the pick 6. Nowhere to go with it, so he just throws it away.
Well, that window was open down the field, but this league is so fast. And these defenders, well, they closed the gap before that throw could arrive.
2nd and 10 now. Passing struggles bleeding over from that last play. He's forced to get rid of this one. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
10 yards to go.
To throw. That one's cut along the left sideline. And he goes out of bounds after taking it up to the 40. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Still sticking with the passing game. And this one falls incomplete, so we're down to 4 seconds, and we'd assume our final snap. This undoubtedly the final snap of what's already a decided contest. One final shot here. Big shot is hauled in. Feet are inbounds. Oh, what a play! So it's the Colts who come away with a win on the road. And they end the season on a great note, Brock, with a W in the final chapter of this year's campaign. So for my partner, Brock Heward, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. The Colts are winners as we say so long from New Orleans.